Dear students, now we are going to discuss about types of succession. Generally, types of succession, natural succession are broadly divided into 6 different types, namely primary succession, secondary succession. Primary succession already we discussed, development of plant community on barren area. Secondary succession means development of plant community on disturbed area. Next category is autogenic succession, allogenic succession. What is autogenic? Autogenic means, so this is a succession of plants will be controlled by biotic components of ecosystem. Then this is called as autogenic succession. If the succession is controlled by abiotic components of an ecosystem, then this is called as allogenic succession. Then another category, autotrophic succession, heterotrophic succession. What is autotrophic succession? It occurs in the medium like inorganic chemicals. So it occurs in the medium that is rich in inorganic substances. So if the succession is formed on more amount or rich amount of inorganic substance, then this is called as autotrophic succession. So another succession is called heterotrophic succession. These are formed from rich amount of organic substances. So if the succession is formed or occur on rich in organic substances, then this is called as heterotrophic succession. So it occurs in the medium that is rich in organic substances. So generally the succession takes less time than the time taken for primary succession. Generally the forest destroyed by the fire and excessive lumbering may be reoccupied by herbs over a period of time. So, dear children, please try to understand various kinds of successions are available. Primary succession, secondary succession, autogenic succession, allogenic succession. Similarly, autotrophic succession, heterotrophic succession. Now we are going to see about classification of plant succession. Various types of plant successions are available, but we are going to discuss in details of only one type of plant succession, that is called hydroseed. The detailed study of hydroseed and lithoseed are going to be discussed here. The plant succession broadly divided into 3 types, namely hydroseed, mesoseed, xeroseed. What is meant by hydroseed? Hydroseeds are nothing but successions start in the region where water is plenty. That means more amount of water. Example, ponds, lakes, streams, ponds. So if the succession is formed in water body, then it is called as hydroseed. The second category is called mesoseed. If the succession that starts in regions where moisture condition is adequate, it is better to understand. Hydroseeds can be stored plenty of water. Xeroseed is nothing but succession start in the region where moisture is present very minimum. That means hydroseed occurs in plenty of water, xeroseed occurs in less amount of water, mesoseed occurs in between the hydroseed and xeroseed condition. That means succession start in the region where moisture condition is adequate. These xeroseeds are further divided into 3 different types, namely lithoseed, haloseed, zammoseed. Litho means rock, halo means saline water, zammo means sand. So from the name itself we can able to understand that. Lithoseeds are initiated on the barren rock. Haloseed arises initiating in saline water, salty water. Zammoseed initiating on sand. So these are on the basis of where they arises. These successions are classified. Among them, we are going to discuss in details of hydroseed. Hydroseed means the succession in freshwater ecosystem. We are going to discuss in detail. How the succession takes place in water bodies. These are going to discuss. This is called hydroseed. It's very important 5-mark question. Each and everyone should Understand very clearly, very easy question but important. So the succession in a freshwater ecosystem is also referred to as hydrozine. This succession in a pond begins with colonization of the pioneer, like phytoplanktons. Phyto means plant, plankton means microorganisms of plants. And finally ends with the formation of climax community, like forest stage. This is very easily understand in a picture. See here, look at the picture. This hydrozine is divided into 4 different stages. Initially there is no plant at all. It is a phytoplankton stage. Only phytoplankton. Phyto means plant, plankton means microscopic plants. So microscopic plants are float on the surface of water. They are the autotrophs. They are the producer which can able to prepare their own food to produce. So this stage is called phytoplankton stage. Then the plants, some of the animals are also available, zooplankton, and some of the plants, animals will be available, small plants and animals. Later on these all will be died. After death of these animals, another plants may be arises. Then the next stage is formed. This is called submerged plant stage. Then from the submerged plant stage, submerged free floating stage is formed. From the submerged free floating stage, a reed form stage is formed. This is a reed form stage. Then these will be destroyed. Then another form is formed, moss meadow stage. Then these will be destroyed by a new plant will be formed. It is successed by another type of plant. These are called shrub stage. This shrub stage is replaced by trees. It is called forest stage. So this is climax community. This is pioneers. So at the initial stage, this is called as pioneer stage. This is called as climax community. In between these two, these are called as serial community. So in any succession, we should understand that pioneer community, climax community. In between pioneer and climax community, the remaining, in the middle of all the remaining changes of various plants are called as serial community. Now we are going to discuss in detail about every stages. First of all, phytoplankton stage. So it is a first stage of succession consisting of the pioneer community. Pioneer means initial stage of plants like blue-green algae, green algae, diatoms, bacteria. They are all autotrophs. They can able to synthesize their own food. And moreover, they are very minute and microscopic. They are preparing the food material. They are supplying food for remaining all the living organisms which are available in that pond. The colonization of these organisms enrich the amount of organic matter and nutrients of the pond due to their life activities and death. Out of death of this organism, new stage will be formed. So this further the development of next serial stage. Next stage is called submerged plant stage. In the second diagram, second picture, we have seen that. As a result of death and decomposition of phytoplanktons and zooplankton, silt, a minute sand, silt brought from land by rainwater. Due to rainwaters, some of the silt of sand are taken up by the rainwater and dropped in the pond, lead to a loose of mud formation at the bottom of the pond. In the pond, at the lower area and the bottom of the pond, which is forming a loose mud. Hence, the rooted submerged hydrophytes start to begin to appear on the new substratum. Example, some of the plants like Cara, Utricularia, Wallisneria, and Hydrilla plants may be arises. Afterwards, these plants will be died. So death and decaying of these plants will build up the substratum of the pond. Now, after death of these plants and animals, the sedimentation will be forming a new substratum to become shallow. That means water level is decreases. Therefore, this habitat now replaced by another group of plant which are floating type of plant. That is called submerged free floating stage. So third stage is called submerged free floating stage. During this stage, the depth of the pond will become almost 2 to 5 feet. Hence, the rooted hydrophytes, plants with floating large leaves, start colonizing the pond. So, new type of plants which are submerged with free floating plants may be arises. So, this will be very much suitable for these plants about 2 to 5 feet of depth. For example, rooted floating plants like Nelamba, lotus, nymphea, lily, and trapa. Some free floating species like azolla, lemna, pistia, iconia are also present in this stage. By death and decomposition of these plants, further the pond becomes more shallow. That means after death of these plants and animals, then the level of pond is decreases. That means the sedimentation and the substratum is gradually increases, then the water is still shallow. Shallow means the water level is decreasing. Due to this reason, floating plant species is gradually replaced by another species which make new several stages called as a reed swarm stage. In reed swarm stage, it is also called as an amphibious stage. Amphibious means which can able to live in water as well as in land, terrestrial part. That means half of the plant will be submerged, half of the plant exposed to the air or the soil. So during this stage, the rooted floating plants are replaced by a plant which can able to live successfully in aquatic as well as aerial environment. Example, Typha, Phragmites, Sagittaria, Cirrus. These are the plants can be able to survive during this stage, reed swarm stage. At the end of this stage, all these plants and animals will be die. The water level is very much reduced still, making it is unsuitable for continuous growth of amphibious plants. The next stage of plant may be arises. That is called marsh meadow stage. When the pond becomes completely swallowed due to decreasing water level, now water level is completely reduced. There is no water. So, species of cypress, quarry pull, have you seen? These are comes under cypress. Poaceae, some grasses, such as carex, juncus, cypress, and Eleocharis, colonize the area. So far, hydrophytes have been seen. Now, non-hydrophytes, that means mesophytes. Mesophytic plant may be arises. Small grass like herbaceous plant may be arises during marsh meadow stage. They form a mat-like vegetation, looking like green mat, with the help of their much branched root system. This leads to the absorption and loss of large quantity of water. At the end of the stage, these plants also will be die. The soil becomes dry and mossy vegetation disappears. The mossy vegetation gradually disappears and leads to the another stage is called substage. So next, the sixth stage is called substage. In the substage, as the disappearance of the mossy vegetation continues and soil becomes dry, hence these areas are now invaded by another type of plants called terrestrial plants like shrubs. Some of the plants like salix and cornus, and trees like a small plant, trees like populus and ulmus of the trees also may be arises. These plants absorb large quantity of water and make the habitat dry. So what happens? Whatever the water content is available in the soil will be completely absorbed and evacuated the water. So further, the accumulation of humus due to lot of leaves and debris are falling from the plants. Fruits, flowers and dry leaves are falling down, which is making to form humus. So further, the accumulation of humus with the rich flora of microorganisms produce minerals in the soil. So these debris or humus are decomposed by microorganism, which is producing lot of minerals. Both inorganic and organic minerals may be formed. Ultimately, which will be favoring arriving of new tree species in that area. Now the final stage, that is called as forest stage. So it is a climax community of hydrosphere. A variety of trees invade the area and develop any one of the diverse type of vegetation. Example, temperate mixed forest, some of the plant like almus, acer, quercus are the some of the example of temperate mixed forest. Tropical rainforest like Artocarpus, cinnamon. So these are the trees maybe arises. And tropical deciduous forest like bamboo and Dectona grandis. So these are the plants maybe arises in the forest stage. So this is a seventh stage. This seventh stage of the hydrosis succession stage 1 is occupied by pioneer community, while the stage 7 is occupied by climax community. In between these two, that means in between this pioneer community and the climax community, from the second stage to the sixth stage occupied by serum community. Now we are going to see about significance of plant succession. So what are the uses of this plant succession? Succession is a dynamic process. Hence, an ecologist can access and study the sterile stages of plant community found in the particular area. The knowledge of ecological succession helps to understand the controlled growth of one or more species in a forest. Utilizing the knowledge of succession, even dams can be protected by preventing siltation. It gives information about the techniques to be used during reforestation and afforestation. It helps in maintenance of pastures. Plant succession helps to maintain species diversity in an ecosystem. Patterns of diversity during succession are influenced by resource availability and disturbance by various factors. Primary succession involves the colonization of habitat of an area devoid of life. Secondary succession involves the re-establishment of the plant community in a disturbed area or a habitat. Forest and vegetation, and we come across all over the world, are a result of plant succession. That's all about the 7th chapter, plant ecosystem. Thank you.